When the colonists first settled in America, they needed a form of government that would stay consistent, but also must not be overrun by one person, similar to Britain. The reason this is that the government would have too much power, which would in turn lead to the abuse of power. Now let us fast forward in time to when the Articles of Confederation were just replaced by the Constitution. The reason why this is important is that 3 new branches of government were introduced, and we are going to discuss them. Technically, there were 2 new branches that were introduced, but you get the gist. Hello, my name is Jarrell Cruz, and the purpose of this video is we are going to talk about the importance of each branch of the government: the executive branch, legislative branch, and judicial branch. Each branch of government is incredibly crucial to the future of this nation because it ensures there is no strong central government that can easily be overrun by a dictator, again similar to Britain. Firstly, we are going to talk about the strongest branch of government, the legislative. Think of the legislative branch as a caged animal, maybe a lion. The legislative branch was the first branch of government to ever be put together in the making of America. The legislative branch, aka Congress, is structured in a bicameral legislature. A bicameral legislature consists of Congress divided into 2 separate chambers. We identify one chamber as the House of Representatives and the other chamber as the Senate. Congress is incredibly important in government because they create bills that turn into laws. These laws act as a set of rules for the general public, so I think we get why it is so important. According to Article 1 of the Constitution, Congress has many powers which include laying and collecting taxes, regulating foreign commerce, establishing post offices, approving treaties negotiated by the executive branch, oversight, declaring war, and many more. The next branch of government we're going to discuss is the branch that contains the symbol of America, the president in the executive branch. Think of the executive branch as a cage of the animal. The executive branch is important not only because it contains the president of the United States, but also because of the powers it includes. Under Article 2 of the Constitution, the executive branch, the president, is responsible for carrying out the laws Congress creates. However, if the bill Congress provides to the president is unreasonable or unconstitutional, the president may veto the bill. This means the president is basically denying approval for it. The president is incredibly important in the nation because they lead the country. The president is the commander-in-chief of the military and may serve 2 4-year terms unless they are impeached. The president may also enforce executive orders, presidential mandates that can only be put down by other executive orders. The last branch of government we're going to discuss is the judicial branch, aka the rulebook, aka the zookeeper. The judicial branch is responsible for interpreting laws based on the Constitution. This is known as judicial review. They deem laws as constitutional or unconstitutional. Judges are appointed by the president, and what's really interesting is the person could be of any age. Now imagine a 12-year-old interpreting the law. Federal judges may only be removed through impeachment by the House of Representatives or conviction in the Senate. Essentially, they serve until death or retirement. Congress is also responsible for determining the jurisdiction of federal courts. This is all because under Article 3 of the Constitution, Congress is at discretion to determine the shape and structure of the federal judiciary. An important factor to ensure that no branch's power surpasses another is checks and balances. Each branch is able to check some form of another branch to ensure balance among all 3 branches. Congress may create laws, but the president may veto them. Congress can, however, override this veto. The executive branch appoints federal judges and legislative branch creates lower federal courts, but the judicial branch upholds the Constitution, being allowed to declare whether the actions are constitutional or not. In conclusion, it is important our government is structured this way because it again prevents a strong central government and again prevents a repeat of what happened in Britain. Thank you if you made it this far in my final. Please provide feedback so I can apply it to future videos I decide to make.